Okay, guys, I was disconnected. I guess the energy is very high. But if you have just tuned in, please check the other video for the rest of the message. I don't know what's going on. I'm doing a life purpose from our parents and our generations to come. So the other thing we have is animals. Is to understand animals and communicate with them intuitively. Trust your inner guidance as the animals are a part of your life's work. It says worry. I am learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. Some of us may be worried about animals. Some of us may be worried about our animals. Or that the reason why we worry because we probably are not aware of our ability, why certain animals is attracted us, why we attracted to certain animals. And we worry about that sometimes. We be thinking that the animals probably are against us, but really what they see is the empath in you. That's even me. When I was in a shelter, this guy had a dog. I was scared. The dog never ran up to nobody else, but the dog constantly wanted to smell me. And he stayed under me, and then he used to bark or like cry whenever I walk away. And he's like a dog does. And I kept wondering. So one day I stopped and I just talked to him. I said, "What's wrong?" I said, "Why are you crying?" He's like, "Oh." Like he knew he was telling me something. I just felt like, because I think the dog was blind in one eye. And my daughter had said something, why the dog don't have an eye. And I think it was, I don't know how I did it or what made me feel that I needed to explain it to my daughter in that way. I told her, I said, he feels like you shouldn't judge him. He thinks that, he wants you to know he's just like everybody else. He's just a dog that was born with a disability. So I worried about that day. I questioned me that day, like, why did I understand or feel like I explained something from the dog's point of view? Like, it may freak you out sometimes, but it's honest. It's an honest thing. So some of us may worry that this is that this is a part of our ability, but this is something that we need to nurture because and teach our kids it is possible to talk to animals, that animals can talk back to you. Do you got writing? You heal, inspire, teach, and entertain the word with the words you write. We had multiple cards facing this from all three readings, or four actually, our grandparents, our parents, ourselves, and our children. Is writing. I think, well, actually, let me just make sure, because if I'm not mistaken, our kids did not have this card. Let me just see. So, yeah, our children did not have this, but what I feel like what is supposed to happen, this is honest truth, because then if you look at our children, I feel like we are the generation, it stops at us because we didn't have author or writing in our children, but in ours, in our parents, in our grandparents, we all have writing or author. I feel like some of our life purpose and some of our grandparents' life purpose was to write about love. Some of our twin flames, our purpose is to write about love, to heal further generation self-esteem. It says, I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. I feel like this was our practice. This is what we have to practice. This is a generational curse. Remember I said that. Practicing, we give up too easily. But I feel like we need to practice to write this love story. This love story has to be written. An author came out with our grandparents. I feel like some of our grandparents were supposed to be authors or were authors. It says you have a book inside of you that wishes to be expressed. Make the time to write. If I'm not mistaken, I'm going to go back again. Writer is our great grandparents. So they was the ones that was writing or didn't write. And that was supposed to be like basically a manual to go to our parents, who was to be the author of what they learned from our grandparents. And now we are going to be the authors of our life lessons of changing. And these books are to be handed down to the next generation, which is our children. It says loneliness. I know that I am never alone. We are supposed to write these things. We are the authors of these books to let them know about self-love and self-care and how to heal through expressing themselves, through writing, through the arts, through etc. Again, this is dealing with our self-esteem. It says, I possess gifts of the soul that benefits me and others. We have to build our self-esteem. This is a curse that is generations to generations to generations. We all have self-esteem issues, and this is where we need to break that curse so it don't go to our children. This is why we are being given these life lessons so we can break the barriers and stop being afraid of things. So that way our children's self-esteem will be a little bit more higher than ours. They have to face a different war than we do. And it was 555 when I said that. So, let's see. I'm going to pull 2 abundance cards to close out this reading. This was a short reading. I just wanted to do this really quick. And I'm going to start getting to the zodiac signs in the next 10 minutes. Can I get 2 abundance cards for the collective about our life purpose from generations to generations? From our grandparents to our children. What messages do the universe want to leave to close this reading out? Can I get 2 cards? I think this is 2 too. The first card is moonlighting and cooperating instead of competing, competition. Moonlighting, it says you can start working on your dream career part-time while keeping your other job to pay the bills. Soon your dream career will take flight and fully support you. This is part of our self-esteem. This is definitely a part of our self-esteem. And cooperation instead of competition. What's yours is yours, and no one can take it from you. There's no need to compete, as there is an abundance for all. You have complete access to unlimited abundance for yourself and to share with others. With cooperative partnership, you can accomplish anything. Self-esteem. It still goes back to everybody's self-esteem. We have to build our self-esteem so we can protect our children, so their self-esteem can protect them, so they can be able to identify what's right and what's wrong. Guys, I'm going to close this out so I can go ahead and get to these zodiac readings. But please pay attention. The universe is actually speaking to us and we're not paying attention at all. We have a life purpose. We have a purpose of why some of us are here, especially the collective, the twin flames. It's time for us to wake up and to rise. Start rising to the occasion as a collective. Literally. So, I don't know. This is something that I'm going to do periodically now. And actually, I'm about to post my prices and stuff for my readings. And if you would like to book a reading, please like, subscribe, and share. Email me at QueenZ Spiritual Insight. Again, I'm not trying to be funny. A lot of us need to work on our self-esteem because this is going to be a generational curse that we need to break from our parents, our grandparents, probably our great-grandparents down the line. This is this is the curse that this preacher was talking about to me, that that we are going to be strong enough to fight this. And we have to be strong enough to fight our self-esteem issues for the generation that's to come, so they don't feel like they're lesser than anybody. And it's not just dealing with our kids. We have to teach other kids about their self-esteem, that they are better than what society makes of them. So you have a good day. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and share. Have a wonderful day, everybody.